To be an actor, to get where you are, because I think there's a lot of people that watch this who are younger that want to be actors.
Did you think they're younger?
And you
got to be younger than me. I'm Methuselah.
And you went to the pinnacle. You won 2 Emmys.
I know.
It's nuts. What does it take to get where you are? Is it luck? Is it hard work? What percentages?
It's, I worked really, really hard. But
How?
I had I went to acting classes and I went on auditions, but somebody told me somewhere along the way, very early on, I was auditioning for commercials and guest spots, and somebody said, it's a numbers game. You have to audition, and I don't know where they came up. It was like, you have to fit, it's going to be 50 no's for every yes. And I took that like gospel. I was like, great. So I just got out there and I'd audition. They'd be like, no. And I'm like, great. I'm getting closer.
Getting close to 50.
I'm getting closer to 50. Yeah. And somewhere around 30, I got a yes. And I'm like, oh, I'm ahead of the game.
Yes.
I never thought it was bad to get the no's because I was like, this is a fact. You have to audition 50. It's not a fact.
I love that.
That is not a fact, but it helped me enormously.
Yeah.
And I just took every no as like, oh, well, you have to collect the no's.
And how did you get so funny? Was that just natural, or did you go to the ground leagues?
No.
Like, I saw you do this little thing last night. I was watching Modern Family,
and
it was so good. It was something that if I was asked to do, I don't think I could do it. It was a bit where you have a thing where you tell someone they died, but you can't not smile. Mm-hmm. And how do you know that it's funny? Do you do it for Steve Levitan at the table and he goes, that's it? You try it and you say, oh, I really got something here?
I look at it from the completely different angle, which is they realize that I can't actually tell. They would write jokes and I would f them up. Uh-huh. And they're like, she can do physical shit, though. She can fall and she does it with her face. Uh-huh. And she has no problem looking like an asshole. So let's write to that. Yes. Because they would write like jokes and I would just like, I'm terrible at a joke. I could never be a stand-up comedian. Uh-huh. I don't know how to land the plane. Uh-huh. Right now, I don't know.
I saw you do Ellen's set. You did that great.
Oh, well, I imitate
She dressed
her.
up as, she went on Ellen's show for the 10th, I don't know, something.
No, it was like her 1 millionth show.
1 millionth show?
It was her 1 millionth show.
Ellen did a million shows?
It was like her 20th anniversary. It was something crazy.
So she dressed up as Ellen and she went and she did Ellen's set from Carson. Her first Carson set, she had the mullet.
And I spent days practicing that in the mirror. Because that was literally, I just wanted to get her intonation.
Yeah.
And her exact timing.
Really
because
good.
I would have no idea how to do that.
But you must know how to deliver lines because you got to the highest, you did tons of sitcoms. You did Happy Gilmore. You did all these things. You must be good at lines. I've seen you in movies and in TV shows hit the joke.
I don't know. I think that I'm okay at it. And I think that there's anybody that's where the luck comes in. Like I got lucky. There were so many people that it could have been Claire Dunphy.
Yes.
Easily. So many. I just got lucky. Because have you ever produced anything? Yeah, you've made short film. I think you tell me you made a movie. What happened?
Lights, there's cameras here. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, yes, but auditioned people.
Yes, I have. I have auditioned people.
Okay.
And that was very eye-opening.
Yeah, because you realize somebody will come in and be like, they're amazing. And someone else will be like, it looks like the person that we used before.
Yes.
Or that kind of reminds me of my cousin's wife, and she's such a bitch. And then some people will be madly in love with somebody and somebody else won't. It's not personal.
No, it's not.
It isn't like, oh, that was the best. It was like, well, we all agreed.
What's it like when you're sitting there and you're at the Emmys and you're nominated? What was that?
I'm just like already full body sweat. You're taking me to my sad place.
Oh, I love it. Let's go. You had such a visceral reaction when I said you're sitting there about to win an Emmy. So you're at the Emmys. You're with your husband. You're with the cast. Mm-hmm. Sure, it's a lot of people there that you love. Mm-hmm. And then you're nominated. It's Best Supporting. Is that what you
Best Supporting.
What are you thinking as they say it the first time?
That there's no way to win. There's no way to win this. There's no way to win, because if I win, I actually have to walk up on stage and say something, which I can't do because my mouth is so dry and I'm panicking. And if I don't win, then I lose, and I'm a loser. And even though that's what I think should happen, that's also very sad.
I have a huge problem with award shows.
It's
I think they're really dumb.
They're crazy.
I think they're unfair to the people that get nominated. I think
There's no way to win.
It's just, it's just so, like, I guess, you just look at it and you're like, oh, they're just making money off you.
Yeah, it is
in a way.
But there is a lot of fun stuff around it that's really fun, and there are parties, and I used to go to them and do that stuff. But again, home by midnight because vagina time. 6 a.m. You got to get up, you got to feed, you got to drive them to school. So.
Are you doing anything new now? I know you have a podcast called Quitters. I listened to that last night.
Yeah, I have a podcast called Quitters, and
tell us about that.
Well, it's a podcast I do with a guy named Chad Sanders, who's much smarter than I am.
Yeah.
He wrote a book called Black Magic about surviving the trauma of being Black in America. And if you can survive that, you can survive anything. And I think he thought I was smarter than I am because I had met him because I wanted to do something with him. I'm trying to produce things. I'm trying to do stuff where the camera isn't in your face watching you like age like an apple where the worms are eating it and you're like, oh,
I know.
No one needs that.
I know. That's how I feel too.
It's terrible, but it's also so unfair when you go, are you like off of all like trash media or do you look at it still?
No, I don't. I don't read anything.
Yeah, I banned all that a long time ago. And, but you can't help. You'll be looking at hard news about like in Ukraine, and it'll be like, Sarah Jessica Parker needs filler. and then it's on the side, and it's like, Nicole Kidman, now that's a fresh face. What's wrong? And you're like, I'm not clicking it. It's mean to everyone.
Yes.
And I just don't want to appear there. I just want to fade it behind the camera in a graceful way.
You want to direct, right?
I've directed some. I directed some Modern Family, and
did you like that? Was that hard? Is that a hard job?
It was terrifying. I was the only actor on the show who did it, so I was like, why is no one else doing this?
Yeah.
Well, why? We should all be doing this, right?
Right.
So I thought it was scary because those people are so talented. I'm going to go over and be like, Ty, I have an idea. What if?
Well, that part is you are really skilled at to say to Ty Burrell, oh, what if you tried it this way? Because you've been there.
That is working with the actors to me is the fun, easy part.
Yeah.
It's the 4,000 meetings about like there's the pre-production meeting and then there's the tone meeting and there's all these meetings that are necessary and they're great so that everyone's working as a team. But when they're like, so Julie, person we've worked with for years and never asked your opinion ever, should we paint the wall in this or do you want white? And you're like, fucking no. I'm supposed to have an opinion about painting the wall? I don't have any. I'm like,
yeah, me too. I've been given a chance to direct things, and the same thing. I go, I don't know.
And your context clues, like you're like, okay, is this the guy who smiles when I get the right answer, or when the wrong? And you're like, I think white is exciting, boring. It's boring. I knew it. White is boring. I hated that, but. I think it's also, I need to do it more.
Yeah.
So that I'll just get over it and realize I wasn't hiring these people. They were already hired. They were magnificent at their jobs. And I just basically got to a point where I'm like, you obviously know better than I do.
Do you get offers every day?
No. For what?
You must.
For what?
Independent movies, I'm sure.
The mom. I'm
and
working.
You're less interested in acting still, or you still want to do it?
I know I love acting.
You do.
I don't want to. Claire Dunphy, she was awesome. I loved her. But I don't want to be like suburban mom with a big foamy finger ring. No kids.
You don't want to play that.
That does feel like a bit of a retread for me.